than his word. So we going through the same thing.
It's an election that we got to realize. It's an election.
There, people get upset about predestined.
Yeah, we are predestined, yes.
They're trying to say he didn't do that.
Nah, the whole thing of the election. He said before, matter of fact, give me Romans chapter 9 real quick.
So who's the elect?
And we can start at verse 9.
I thought I was one of them.
The elect are the people that he chose to keep the words of his, to keep his laws, statutes, commandments. Feel me? That's the elect. Those are the ones that he's going. Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't. I didn't say that wasn't.
I didn't say you did say that. I'm just letting you know that's what I'm going to do.
All right, yeah, I'm saying this. That's talking about
nothing. I just want to say this. I read the proverb book, and I want to know where I can get the book which you got the name in it. I need that Holy Bible.
You can find that somewhere.
Because I put his name when you see Jesus and stuff, but I need a Bible with it in it.
Say that again.
She's reading what's on your side.
Oh, okay.
I just want to know where I can get some of these Bibles. Or one.
You say Jesus is a Negro, so he's black. But how do you know that he has a color?
Because the Bible tells us.
That's right.
This is the King James Bible. It's the same Bible in all your churches. Yeah, get on. Hold that, get Revelation chapter 1. We start at verse 1 and we jump in. Give me Daniel chapter 10. 10 and 5. We're going to get some of these scriptures for you. We're going to show you because we got to know who Christ is. It's important to know who he is because the scripture is always talking about his people. So if you know who he is, you know who his people is. That's very important to know prophecy.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
He said Hamashiach Yahushua because that's the name in Hebrew. Hamashiach meaning Christ. Yahushua is he saves. Jesus is a transliteration from Greek. Right?
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must be shortly come to pass.
Now this is the revealing of Christ. So he's going to let you know how he looked. Jump down to 13.
And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Now who's the Son of Man? You ever get into the Bible? Who's the Son of Man, sister? Yahweh is the Father. Christ constantly referred to himself as the Son of Man. So he said in the revelation of the Son of Man.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
He said he was clothed with a garment down to the foot. Something like this, right?
And girt about the paps.
Girt about the paps.
With a golden girdle.
Now Christ wasn't a vagabond or a poor man, how they try to make you think. He was a flashy brother. He had a golden girdle.
His head.
Does it say he's a nigger? Is that what you just said? It's a Negro. What's a Negro? A nigger? You can say that, and we'll get that for you too. But it says, that's what they called us, a Negro. When they used to go over there to the west coast of Africa and scoop us up, they called that Negro land. When you look on the slave flyers that they sold us, they called us Negroes. I have Negroes for sale. Right? We're different than the African.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
They're saying the top of his head and the hair on his face is white and it's like wool. Who has woolly hair on his earth? We do. So-called white men don't. Correct? Am I right or am I wrong? This is one description of Christ, actually two descriptions of Christ right now. We're going to read on.
As white as snow.
His hair was as white as snow. It wasn't brown like they try to show you, and it wasn't stringy dog hair like they show in the movies. He had white, woolly hair.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
He's saying his eyes was red. His eyes was red. Why? He drank a lot of wine for one, but he was also angry because he seen what was going on with his people. It pissed him off.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass? It's brown, right? All right, but it's going to go even deeper on the color of brass it is. Now let me ask you this. If your feet, what color is your feet? The same as the rest of your body, correct? How? It's not? It's a little lighter. Your body is lighter than your feet. So the top of your feet is darker than the rest of your body.
From the sun.
It'd be all the way in. All right, I'll take that. So your feet is the same as your face then. It'll be the same color as your face. So all right, so we're gonna see if Christ's feet was the same color as his face. But his feet wasn't. He had sandals on. He had covered sandals. They didn't just have their feet out like that. But
as if they burned in a furnace.
As if it burned in a furnace. Now if you burn brass, what color is it gonna turn? It's gonna turn what? No.
Brown.
If you turn brass, see iron, you thinking of iron. Iron turns glowing red. When you burn brass, it gets black. You ever seen bronze? As soon as you put fire to brass, it starts turning black. It don't get no red in it.
And I've seen the different colors of bronze, and it is black.
It is black, exactly. But sister, you didn't want to hear this? You asked a question. We showing you what color Christ is. See, it's sad that our people don't want to hear that Christ look a lot more like them than the person that oppressed them.
Bring it out!
We got to hear this thing because it matters. It matters what color Christ was, because once you realize that it is not this person,
Right?
then you realize that those people that's calling themselves Jews are not the real Jews.
That's right.
They are Khazar. They Khazar.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So it's saying his feet as fine brass as it burned in a furnace. He was darker than every last one of us standing here.
Right. Right.
He was darker than every last one of us. Read that. Now let's see what the angels look like.
Make them all in the white. Jesus.
This is Daniel chapter 10 verse 6. His body also was like, okay, Daniel chapter 10 verse 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
So Daniel was seeing an angel. He said he looked and seen a certain man clothed in linen,
whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphah.
It's the same way they describe Christ. He said he had a girdle of fine gold, right?
His body also was like beryl,
Now he had a green garment on. Beryl is a green stone.
and his face as the appearance of lightning.
His face is the appearance of lightning, meaning he had power in his face. He wasn't somebody that you would look at and think he's soft. He seen him and he was like, yo, that's a tough guy right there.
And his arms and his feet.
Now, his arms and his feet. It's not just saying his feet this time. His arms and his feet,
Like in color to polished brass.
in the Hebrew, is burnt brass. He's a color of brass, a brown. Huh? What are we? Now, we got to understand what the word Christian is, where it came from, and who are they today. A real Christian would be a follower of Christ, right?
That's right.
That would be a real Christian. A Christian is supposed to be a follower of Christ. That's where the word comes from. We are the real Christians. Because Christ kept every last one of the laws of the Bible. We keep the laws of the Bible. These so people calling themselves Christian today don't keep the laws. They tell you you can eat pork. Huh? That's not judging. How's that judging? Give me Proverbs 31 and 9, because a lot of people bring up judging real quick. How's that judging?
I'm gonna judge.
You know what judgment is? What's judgment? How do I judge? Who did I judge? Here, let's read this real quick.
You wrong.
The book of Proverbs chapter 31 verse 9. Open thy mouth.
Moses said what?
Open thy mouth. Judge righteously.
Do what?
Judge righteously.
The Bible just told us to judge righteously. Judge righteously. We out here trying to save you, telling you keep the law, statutes, commandments. But everybody want to say that's judgment.
Right.
You would die keep eating that pork sandwich.
That's right.
Is that judgment? The Most High will judge you by killing you. Our people are soft, man.
He said examine ourselves while you do it, and if you do it best you can right from the
You still got Hebrew?
He said the brothers that
Man, I took
restored
this
the
one. I dropped it. Hebrew 74. Our people is lost in the source, man. They gone. Said it's judgment because I said we keep the laws and Christ kept the law.
Hebrews chapter 7 verse 4. Now consider how great this man was. 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Now we got to realize it's very important to know who Christ is. Because if he's not these so-called white people that's calling themselves Jews, then they can't be the real Jews. Thus saith the Most High.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
The Most High said it is evident that Christ sprang out of the tribe of Judah. It is evident that he came from the children of Israel, that Christ was a Jew. According to the Bible, Christ is a so-called black man.
That's right.
So then what color is the Jews? Solomon 1:5. But read this for me.
The book of Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation.
Christ said he know the works of the true Jews. He know the tribulation of the true Jews. These people that's calling themselves Jews are not the true Jews. They're not going through no type of tribulation. They rule the whole earth. They control your media. They control the sport team. Everything you could think of, they have their hand in that. They control everything. They're the richest people on the earth. But Christ said, what?
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Christ said he knows our works, tribulation, and poverty. He knows that our people is getting gunned down. He knows that we live under the poverty line, that we are the poorest people on this planet. He knows this. But we are rich. Why? Because we got the kingdom of heaven to us. Right. We are only ones who can really truly say we are Jews. That's a rich thing. We are the chosen people of the Most High. You don't get no richer than that. That's right.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
And he said he know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews. Our people is not calling themselves Jews. Whether they are the Jews, they are the real Jews, but they don't call themselves Jews. There's only one group of people calling themselves Jews on this world, and that's the so-called white people. And we know Christ didn't look nothing like him. If he didn't look nothing like them, how are they going to be the Jews? It don't make no sense. He said he knows a blasphemy, a filthy, wicked lie of them that say they are Jews
and are not,
but are not. They are not the real Jews,
but are the synagogue of Satan.
Christ called them the synagogue of Satan, the chief house of Satan. Those are some wicked, filthy people, man.
Because they're getting all that money from all
wicked, filthy people. That's their real God. That's their real God, money. That's who they worship. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
He said, fear none of these things that will suffer, because we went through hell. Our people went through hell. There ain't no other nation. Give me Daniel 9 and 12. No other nation went through what our people went through. No other nation. But we will rise up out of this. But we got to keep his laws, statutes, commandments. That's the only way you'll survive. Jump to chapter 3, verse 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie.
So he's saying these synagogue of Satan, these fake Jews, what he's going to do?
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Christ promised that they would come and worship before our feet. Christ promised this. But the only way we get this is if we keep his laws, statutes, commandments. We got to realize who we are. The Most High, it's no way. There's no way that you could look at this, read the Bible, and not see that we are the children of Israel.
That's right.
We are the Holy One of the Most High. How do we know? Let me ask you this, brother. Was there anything on this earth worse than this? Did any group of people go through anything worse than this? Nobody. Nobody, right? So what did the Most High say about the real Jews of Israel?
This is Daniel chapter 9 verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil.
Most High said he's going to bring upon us a great evil. Why? Because we didn't keep his Lord's statutes and commandments.
For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
Most High said under the whole heavens, nothing has been done nowhere as worse as what happened to the children of Israel. Under the whole heavens. Now we realize that nothing under the whole heavens is worse than this. So what does that mean? We have to be the children of Jerusalem. We have to be the children of Israel. We already know Christ is a black man. Slavery was prophesied about in the Bible. The fact that we getting gunned down by police, the fact that we are populating the prison cells, all that was prophesied about in the Bible. Did you know that, brother? You didn't know that. Well, you know what you want. You paying attention. Guess what? Today, you're gonna realize that you are the true people of the Most High.
That's right.
What's your nationality? What's your nationality? Black? Your father's a black man, right? Descendant of this. All right. You will be from the tribe of Judah, according to the Most High. You'll be from the tribe of Judah. But let's hear why we went to slavery. What happened?
2 Chronicles. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36, verse 14. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen.
See, we wanted to follow after the abominations of the heathen. I'm going to tell you something right now. Right now, with that around your neck, you have an abomination of the heathen around your neck. That is a cross of Talmuds. That's a worship of a Babylonian god. You didn't know that, though.
I got it from El Salvador.
You got it from El Salvador? But that right there is worship of another god. That's one of the reasons why we went into slavery. That's why Christianity hasn't done nothing for our people.
No.
Not a damn thing for our people. All them so-called Christians enslaved our people. They enslaved our people and they gave us this. You wearing that, you're following right after them. That's not part of our culture. Real talk. We are servants of the Most High. The Most High created us to be better than everybody else. Why would we even follow after them? You feel what I'm saying?
Read that again, man.
And polluted the house. From the top. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36, verse 14. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen.
Now we transgressed after the abominations of the heathen. We wanted to follow after all their gods. We wanted to do what they was doing. Right?
And polluted the house of the Lord.
Polluted the house. We polluted the Most High's temple. We polluted his people, right?
Which he had hallowed in Jerusalem.
Which he hallowed. That's not just a land. That's not just a temple, but that's a people also. He hallowed us. He made us separate, Kodash. You feel what I'm saying? We were supposed to be better, but we wanted to follow after the heathen. So what happened?
And the Lord, God of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising at betimes, and sending, because he had compassion on his people.
Now, because he has so much mercy, because he really didn't have to send anybody. But we out here. He's sending us between time, because destruction is coming. Every time destruction came upon Israel, every time they was about to go in slavery, he sent out his prophets to teach that word. He sent them to teach that word, to bring his people back into repentance. But the people want to transgress.
That's right.
That's the whole reason why we went to slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason why we on the bottom today. Why we stuck in the ghettos and slums. Why we the last hired, first fired. Why we are target practice for the police. That's why we going through this. Because we transgress his laws. Right?
Because he had compassion on his people.
And he created everything. He didn't have to give us no type of warning. When you read Deuteronomy 28, we came into a covenant with him. We agreed, okay, if we break these laws, you will put us in slavery. That's part of it. We knew that was going to happen, but we broke the laws anyways. He didn't have to send nobody to warn us, but he did. That's love right there. We can't keep going against him. He loved us by sending our people out there for him.
And on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh.
But they mocked the messengers of the Most High. They mocked his messengers. They do that to this day. People want to come up, just throw something weird out there and then walk off. They mocked the messengers of the Most High.
And despised his word.
They despise the word of the Most High. See, what people don't realize is when they come against us, they're not coming against us. Because we're not speaking our own words. Exactly, sister. They're coming against the Most High.
Bring it out.
And misused his prophets.
They misuse the Most High's prophets. We out here to bring you to repentance. We're out here to bring you to repentance. We're not out here for fun and games. This is not for play. We out here to save lives, right?
Until the wrath of the Most High arose against his people.
Until the wrath of the Most High arose against his people. He got pissed off because he sent us out here. We teaching the word of his words, and we're just used. They don't mind us at all. They walk right past. They want to call us crazy, racist, all type of things when we're coming straight out the Bible.
Bring it out.
So the Most High, when he sees that, he gets pissed off. When we tell our people don't eat pork, don't eat shellfish, and show them in the Bible, and they go back and eat that, the Most High is extremely pissed off.
Yes, right.
He says wrath rose against his people.
And on his dwelling place.
And on his dwelling place, the land of Israel. You see what's going on there. It's a desert over there right now. That place was so beautiful. That was the most beautiful land on this planet, the Fertile Crescent.
Right.
That was better than Hawaii, better than Fiji, better than anything you could think of. But what? The land got polluted. Right, read.
Verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High.
They mocked us.
And despised his words. And misused his prophets.
So they despised the Most High's words, misused his prophets.
Until the wrath of the Most High arose against his people, till there was no remedy.
Until there was no remedy. There was no way they could come back from that. So what happened? We went into slavery. That happened when we went into Babylon. We went into Assyria, to Moab, to the Greeks, to the Romans. Even today, they keep on happening. But this is our last slavery. This is our last chance to get it right. We got to save ourselves, keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's the only way you're going to survive. After this, it's fire. After this, it's a lake of fire, and that's it. It's over. Right?
Verse 17. Therefore, he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees.
The Chaldeans. You know what the Chaldeans are, right? Those are the Babylonians. What does the Jamaicans call here? They don't call here Babylon? The Bible calls here Babylon. Hold that. Give me Revelations chapter 11, verse 8. Over here, all of it. we are stuck in the children of we are stuck in the land of Babylon right now. This is the land of Babylon. The Most High said he raised the Chaldeans, the Babylonians, up against us.
Who slew their young men with the sword.
They slew our young men. They still slaying our young men. We are worried every time we see sirens because we don't know if it's our last day. Our people are scared right now because they're getting gunned down. We are target practice. He said they slew the young men
in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young man or maiden.
They have no compassion on young man or maiden. We seen videos of our sisters getting body slammed by police, by getting stunned by police. Our sister was saying she was pregnant and got shot 5 times by police. This is Most High said this was going to happen to us. We got to come up out of this and start following him because he's not playing. The Most High is not something to play with. He said, keep his laws or you will be punished. That's it. Your father tell you, keep these laws or this belt is coming off. If he tell you, being at home before 11 or this belt is coming off, you better be at home because that belt is coming off. The Most High is not playing. He keeps his word. He said he's going to punish us, and he punished us.
Old man, or him that stooped for age.
And they didn't care about old man either, because they had our people dying in them cotton fields. They had our people working themselves to death. I just seen a picture yesterday of a little kid, couldn't be more than 3 years old, picking cotton. Real talk. They didn't care about old or young age. They don't care nothing about us. They don't love us at all. This place here is Babylon and it must burn. But we got to keep his laws, statutes, commandments.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street, of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Most High said our dead bodies are lying in this great city spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Why? Y'all know about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Sodom and Gomorrah filled with homosexuals.
Yeah.
What do you think America turned into? They got that gay parade. It's not even a gay pride parade no more. They got a gay pride month. They took over a whole damn month.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? They got marriage. That's something wicked. They push that. We can't say nothing about, you can't say nothing about a homosexual. You can't call them faggots. You'll lose your job.
That's right.
They'll try to throw you in jail talking about hate speech. You feel what I'm saying? But they can say anything they want about us. They will do whatever they want to do to us, but you can't do nothing to a homo.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? That shows how wicked this place is. This place is Sodom. You know?
Amen.
Okay. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Sodom and Egypt. Egypt, because Egypt meaning is Mizraim, meaning between a rock and a hard place. That's slavery right there. This is our place about slavery. We got to come up out of this. Give me Judges chapter 5 verse 11. Judges 5 verse 11. Read that for me.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does the Most High require of us? What does he require of us to survive this oncoming destruction?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So the Most High is saying we got to love him with all our heart, all our soul. We got to follow him in all his ways. And how we do that?
To keep the commandments.
To keep his commandments. Keep his commandments. The whole reason, and y'all got to see that we are the best people on the planet.
Right.
Y'all have to see this. When it comes to sports, music, anything you can think of, we are the best people on the planet. It don't make sense that we're on the bottom. It don't make sense. The Most High put us there for punishment. That's the only reason why we down here. So we got to keep his commandments. We got to show our love to him.
And his statutes, which I commanded thee this day for thy good.
For thy good. For thy good. Because if we was keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, we'll run everything. If we was keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, our people would have never seen this.
Right.
Our people wouldn't be getting gunned down constantly by police if we was keeping the laws, statutes, commandments. We got to come back to our Heavenly Father. This time is very, very short. These earthquakes, these hurricanes, they are letting us know. These tornadoes, they're letting us know that the time is short. That the time is very short.
This is Judges chapter 5 verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers.
Most High said, they that are delivered from the noise of archers. That's that oncoming destruction. That destruction that's coming.
In the places of drawing water.
In the place of our captivity. Drawing water symbolizes captivity. So the place of those that are delivered from this destruction and the place of their captivity is who?
It says, shall they rehearse the righteous acts?
Or those that's rehearsing the righteous acts. What's the righteous acts? These laws, statutes, commandments. This Bible. That's what we need to do. Yes, sister.
And now the world, Christianity is saying you have to keep the law. You know, to keep
And you see?
But this right here I want to show you, where you got Negroes for sale. When they talking about, she said we niggers, okay?
Yeah.
But now watch this. I asked the question once to a foreign woman, because I talked to her about her God and stuff. I said, but what race have you seen hanging from the tree?
Exactly.
She said, well, everybody's bad. I said, amen. What race? I asked the question. And she had to tell the truth. I ain't seen nobody but a black man and a black woman.
Exactly.
You hear me?
Exactly.
I ain't seen no Hispanic.
Well, that's actually not true. They used to get hanged more than us. Real talk, yeah. The Mexicans was constantly, I seen a lot of pictures, but what they promote is this. They promote us more. All actuality, when you look at the statistics, Mexicans and Native Americans get gunned down by police more than we do.
Donald Trump say
That's why he hates them so much, because they are our people. He hates all our people. We got to realize that. Our people are the most hated. That's the Native Americans, the Latinos, and the blacks.
And Mexican woman, I was beside her one day in the telephone company, and the young man who waited on me was saying Mexicans are the worst. I succeeded in her dominion.
Yeah.
I told that man, I said, God does. You know, but the point I'm making is, I want to see, though, something about the Mexicans.
You want to
Because
see?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen nothing about them?
No.
What you mean?
But I know they're, remember when I was in UNC recently, well, this, these and stuff, and a Hispanic woman came in and was crying because the police had messed her elbow up.
Okay.
And she kept saying, I'm in a lot of pain, help me. And she was crying. They still didn't give her no painkillers even when they were trespassing me out.
Right.
That's what I do.
That's what I'm saying. They treat us and them the same. The only reason why we are against each other, because there was times where they got together. Brown Pride and the Black Panthers fought side by side. There was many times, see a lot of they know when we come together, we take over stuff. Give me Zephaniah 20.
President Roosevelt said if the black people ever unite, said he feared it. If they could just get it. Why can't God help them?
No, see, the Most High is doing that because we got to serve out our punishment. We got to serve out our punishment, but it's almost over. That's why the Most High sent out the decree. It is not just for black people, it's these so-called Native Americans and so-called Hispanics of indigenous enslaved descent. Right? He said this.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
Our whole nation is not desired. Our whole nation is hated. People hate Puerto Ricans, hate Dominicans, they hate the Mexicans, they hate the Native Americans, they hate the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the so-called blacks. They hate us,
they don't
our
want to
whole
come into
nation.
this country, that's what's wrong.
Exactly. They don't want us together. They don't want us united because they know when we united, we are a force to be reckoned with. They know that. That's why they're trying to keep us at each other's throats. But the Most High told us to do what?
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
We already know we the most hated people on this planet. Most High said, gather together, O nation not desired. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring all our brothers and sisters together. This is nation building right here.
Before the decree, bring forth.
Now that decree is that judgment. Before the day of judgment comes, gather yourselves together.
Before the day, pass as the shaft. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Before that day of judgment come, we need to gather together. That's what he's telling us to do. That's what we're trying to do. We out here bringing our people. A lot of people try to teach division, that we are not the same people. And that's what kept us down. That's what helped keep us down.
I'm meeting people that are Jamaican or Hispanic. Actually say they have African or Afro-American roots.
Exactly.
And I said, you're the first person y'all beginning to let me meet people that are doing that.
A lot of people's waking up. See, what we don't realize is that they was the first ones enslaved. They were shipped across the world in slave ships also. But their indoctrination was so crazy, they didn't realize that a lot of them think that they always spoke Spanish. They think that they come from the Spanish. They don't realize that they was enslaved because they're not teaching that in their schools. They don't teach that. They have to actually dig. It was a crazy thing that the Most High let our people know on this side that they were slaves. Right. That was taught in our schools. When you go to Latin America, that's not taught in their schools, that they're slaves. They think they always spoke Spanish.
No, really intentional. They were
servants. It's servants is a whole different thing. And the only reason they say that, and the only reason they bring that out, is to downplay what we went through. Right. They trying to tell us, oh, get over it. Everybody went through it. That's a damn lie.
Nothing else worked in Christianity, so I'm gonna try this.
You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
See, this is what the Most High said. This is what the Most High said. This is what it all boils down to. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is what it all boils down to. This is a conclusion of the whole matter.
Fear the Most High.
Fear the Most High. We got to fear the one that wakes us up every morning. Fear the one that could take our soul. Right?
And keep his commandments.
And keep his commandments. We got to keep all his commandments.
For this is the
this is the whole duty of man.
Most High said that's the whole duty of man. Fear him and keep his commandments. That's the only way we're going to survive, because this place is going to hell in a handbasket.
Bring it out.
Amen.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that keep the Most High's commandments. This is the last book of the Bible. Like you said, these Christian churches try to tell you the laws are done away with. But what the Bible say?
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Blessed are they that keep the Most High's commandments. Read.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
That you may have right to the tree of life. That's how you survive. That's how you get salvation, by keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. That's what it all boils down to. Yes, sister.
Last question. I'm gonna leave it alone.
You good, sister. You good.
Jail and prison.
Jail and prison. Isaiah 42:22.
What they call it? You know, back in the old days, you know, in the Old Testament, it said, "I put out a people." And then death row came about. Is it good or not? Is death row good?
Is death row good?
20 years and 30.
First of all, let's put it like this.
Everybody ain't guilty.
Let's put it like this. The Most High had his judgments. That's why I asked that girl if she know what judgment is. Judgment is what happens when you break the law. Like if you broke the Sabbath, according to the Most High, you're supposed to be put to death.
Right.
If you're a homosexual, according to the Most High, you're supposed to be put to death.
Right.
That's supposed to happen, and it's gonna happen in the future. The Most High is gonna put all these people to death. Now, these laws that these so-called white people put out are false laws. They are not for us, because they put our people to death for no reason. We're not supposed to even care about their laws, or actuality, because they're evil and wicked. They got nothing to do with us. But we, according to the Most High is going to use us to put a whole lot of people to death when that time comes.
Amen.
He's going to use us to put a whole lot of people to death. But we got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what it all boils down to. But with the prison system...
You know I'm indoctrinated with love, but when I learn, I ain't got to still deal with people that treat me like
what we got to do is love our people. Forget everybody else. We got to love our people. That's what it's all about.